What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What's
Sorry,
up?
I was doing something else and I got confused what show I was on.
We are doing this show. It is 2:01. Well, it was 2:01 when we hit that start button, guys, but it's now 2:02, and that's only the East Coast time because we represent the East Coast and the West Coast on this show because, of course, Jason T. Smith out there on the West Coast represent. What time is it where you are, Jay?
11:02.
11:02. So we do this show at this time on purpose, you guys. We do try to make it easy for the East Coast and the West Coast to catch this show. And as a friendly reminder, I think we have not made this reminder in a few shows. We are pretty audio heavy, okay? You can listen in the background and catch pretty much most of the show. If you want to hop in, follow us, ask questions, and see our faces on video, you're welcome to do that. But do not think that you have to sit here watching us to get the information and the value that we are trying to convey through this show. Although if you don't watch, you're not going to see the incredibly awesome hat that Jason is wearing today, or this sick shirt that I'm wearing today. But you can listen. So for the people who are just listening, Jay, what are you wearing?
I have got my newest, funnest sun hat on. I like to buy sun hats because, you know, we live in Vegas. You always need to keep the sun off your bald head. And so this is my new flowery one.
All right.
You know, very bendable and cute, and so I thought I'd wear this today.
Hey, tell everybody what the show's going to be about, and I will be right back.
All right, as soon as Chris takes off his headphones, I'll tell you what it's about. So today, Chris has got a stranger in the background there. What's happening? Let's play the game. What's going on here? Rendezvous, illicit drug deal, arbitrage deal gone bad. Hey man, you sold me these Star Wars toys and they weren't legit. All right, today we are going to talk about shipping and any questions you have. So apparently Chris cannot seem to order something on eBay and actually get it shipped to him in a quick, timely fashion. He's not buying from me, obviously. He's not buying from anybody in the thrifting board. He is buying from sellers who don't ship too well. So today is shipping and any other questions you may have about eBay or Amazon, because that's what we talk about, or any other platform. We could touch base on Instagram a smidge, Etsy a smidge, Craigslist a bit, but our main two focuses are eBay and Amazon. Now let's sneak back in here and see what Chris is doing. Oh, the deal's still going down. You want your oil changed and your tires rotated, or just an oil change? I think that's what's going on. So Chris has got some shenanigans going on behind him there. So what's happening, everybody? Thanks for tuning in live. But as Chris said, you do not have to watch unless you want to see my awesome hat. I feel like the one character from Fat Albert. The one, I don't know what his name is. The one with the hat where he had to cut the eyes out. That's what I feel like right now. Everybody have a good weekend of sales. I had a pretty decent weekend. I wish it was a little bit more, but mailed out a bunch of stuff and shipped a bunch of sports jerseys. I had gotten hold of like 200 sports jerseys, so I have been selling them just like hotcakes. And you know, it's like with anything. If you learn something, then you'll have that knowledge forever. So I've sold a few jerseys off and on over the last, I don't know, 10 years. But when you're working on 200 at once, you really get that education. You know what people are looking for. You know what's hot. You know what keywords you need to use. And with that knowledge, I was in New York City this past week, and I found a couple jerseys that I probably would have picked up anyway, but now I know. As I was picking them off the rack, I was already saying the title in my head. So based on what I've already learned in the last couple weeks, it's you know, that's how you learn anything. I learned sports jerseys, I learned bras, I learned jeans, I'm learning suits and sports coats. So anytime that something either hits my fancy or I fall into something, it is time to learn. And also my assistant gets to learn. He does not know sports, so this was quite an education for him. Where are you, Jeremy? There he is. Sports not Jeremy's thing. And what was really fun is, I don't know how many old-timers we got watching right now, especially Cleveland old-timers, but back in the early to mid-'80s, there was a player on the Cleveland Cavaliers named World B. Free. World B. Free! And so Jeremy had been doing all these jerseys, you know, with somewhat normal names, Randall Cunningham, Brett Favre, and I saw him get to the World Be Free jersey, and I was just waiting for the look on his face. So, he's working, and he looks at the jersey, and he looks at my notes on what it is, and his eyes just go. And I'm just watching. He's not paying attention. I'm watching him, and the name World Be Free is just hurting his head. So I just started laughing, and I explained who he was and why he had such a strange name, but it was quite entertaining. So always try and find those moments in your day when work makes you smile. All right, so let's see what's happening in the chat. All right, so we're talking about shipping rights. So I'll wait till Chris gets done with his drug deal there. Let's see what's happening. Oh, still going on. Okay, cool. But the good thing about this drug deal is Chris has given us some nice online coverage of the back of the Thrifting Board shirts, which will be for sale very soon. So if you're in my group or you want a fun shirt, those will be in the group very soon. So now he's giving a little side view there, and depending on what this guy's here for, maybe he'll do a little striptease. I don't know. We'll find out, though. We'll see what these and who is this guy that doesn't know we have a show from 2 to 3? Come on now, buddy. We are on the air. So what good sales did everybody have this weekend? Anything super exciting? I sold a 3XL puffy Cabela's hunting vest, or a winter fall vest, and my lovely assistant got that in a flat rate padded envelope. So a 3XL puffy vest went right in there. Boop. Easy peasy. Don't be afraid. Things that are squishy and puffy, you can squish them down, because the second they open, bloop, they pop back up. So don't be afraid. You can get a lot in a padded flat rate mailer. You can do it with plush. The only thing to remember is, if you're doing plush, make sure it doesn't have electronic components inside of it, or anything that's really hard or rigid. But if it's just super soft plush, you can just squeeze it down. And the second it opens, I bought this seat cushion on Amazon. Nice and big. It came in a box about half this size, because they had sucked the air out of it and put it in a small box. And so the second I cut open that bag, poosh, it was perfect. So don't worry, because some people get all worried about it, but don't worry. It works. All right, so I'll answer a question. Scooter Traveler, eBay question. Will eBay hold to a 2-week return policy? We have someone who wants to return something and missed the 2-week deadline. Okay, so I need more details. What is it? Is it 2 weeks and a day? Because I'm always the one for take care of your customer. So if it's a year, that's one story. But if it's 3 weeks, because let me tell you, too, your return policy is going to be 30 days starting in February. So 2 weeks, nobody gives 2 weeks. Everyone gives 30 days nowadays. So what do you got there, Scooter? Can you give me a little more details? That way I can give you a better answer. And what is it? Is it something that could have been used, or, somebody bought a homecoming dress, wore it to homecoming and sent it back to you kind of thing? Or what are we talking about? So, yeah, give me details, and I'll see if I can give you some good advice. All right, Chris, come back to the show. Tell your little boyfriend that it's time for you to go back to work, and that you can't play with him until 3:01. So is it a phone? Is it a cell phone? Come on, Scooter, work with me. Give me all the details. Or it is a old rotary. What are we talking about here? I assume a cell phone, but, in order to make all those, and is it something that he would have turned on? Or if not, just take it back, because I find 50% of the time I get a return, I end up selling the item for more than I sold the first time. So, I never sweat returns. Plus, you don't get that many. But if you sell phones all day and that's your deal, then you're going to have to deal with that. But if you've asked him, look, eBay will stand behind you. If your return, so bottom line eBay, if your return policy is 2 weeks and he hasn't returned it, you can refuse it. And the eBay will stand behind you, because you have in writing that your return policy is 2 weeks, and he was late. But, good customer service always trumps a return policy. Well, hello, Chris.
What's up? What's up? Is it
Make sure you
201?
make sure you watch the show back and watch my commentary on you and your boyfriend's meeting.
Oh, that was a handyman. He's come out, and unfortunately, this is the third time he's come out to fix the washing machine. But you got to get great guy. It's like it's his mission to get this thing to work right, and it's just been a little. The nut came off, the belt was worn, and so we got it. We got it this time. But we're talking a little bit about business, kind of what works. I mean, we almost should have left the mic on. Because it talks about hustling, right? Like you got to go out and you got to compete, and he's competing with lower prices and better service to get business for his contractor or his kind of handyman business, and it works. I mean, he came out, and I know what it costs to get a guy who knows what he's doing in a vehicle and come out to do a job. It's not
a vehicle, you say?
Yeah.
He didn't come on a horse or a bike?
You can't walk. I mean, but that's what people don't think about. It's like, oh, you should only be $20 an hour. It's like, yeah, but I had to drive here. I had to have a car that my business vehicle and all this stuff is going to cost $80 to $100 just to come out, whether he could fix it or not. Try calling a locksmith. Tell him to come out.
So wait, he's been out 3 times to fix a washing machine. Wouldn't it be better to buy a new washing machine at this point?
No, because he only charged the first time. Like
Oh, okay.
He's going to fix it for the price that he charged, and it's not his fault. I mean, this nut has come off. He's looked it up on the internet, and it's a known issue with this thing that this is a common problem. I overload washing machines like nobody's business, right? If it fits, I'm like, I'll stuff clothes in there, and I know you're not supposed to. And
apparently, you haven't thrown that visor in ever.
No, I mean, I've got a clean white one, dude. This one's getting worse and worse. But
I know. Throw in the wash. It'll be fine.
Oh, the front will deteriorate, but you get the idea. But, I mean, this visor does match my new shirt.
Nice.
Personalized.
You were giving us some nice back action there, so I was keeping the screen on you because you can see the nice back.
I was actually trying to do that on purpose.
Nice. All right, so even though we're going to talk about shipping today, we're helping Scooter with a return issue, and this is more of an eBay thing. He has a 2-week return policy, and the buyer asked to return it, and he just won't send it back. And so he wanted to know if eBay would have his back, and I said, yeah, he would. I said, but how long's it been? I mean, customer service always wins. I go, has it been a year? Then no, hell no. But if it's been like 2 weeks and a day, take it. But it seems like the guy is just being uncooperative of sending it back. Like Scooter's saying, I'll take it back. Just send it back. And it's a cell phone, so.
Well, I mean, it can be tough to get rid of a cell phone, especially if that's like his only active line kind of thing, right?
I know. I was like, if he set it all up with his plan, then what happens now? He said he's 5 days past the return.
I mean, within a reasonable amount of time, I would let people return things. I mean, I'm not one for like holding people down to the date. I mean, because I've returned stuff after the date. Amazon gave you like 60 days on something, and I returned it anyway. And they even said you're only going to get like 80% if you return it, and they gave me 100% anyway. And it was even a third-party sale. It was FBA, so I just returned it anyway. But of course, it was new. It was never opened. It was, you could resell it. It was parts for a project that I didn't end up using. Which is why I had no problem returning it. And if I only got 80%, that was fine too, because that was kind of the rules. But, I mean, on a case like this, I just wouldn't be emotional about it. I'd be like, send it back. Send it back when you're ready, whatever. It's very unlikely that this is going to turn into one of those, like, 180 days and the guy's, like, still griping about it. But I would be very short, sweet, to the point in an email and say, hey, my return policy, happy to, I'm so sorry you're not happy, like the Griff style, right? Yep. I'm so sorry you're not happy. Please, I mean, it hurts my feelings and all that. Let me help you, and do what you can to make them happy. But I mean, at some point, maybe put in a date and say, it needs to be returned by this date. Otherwise, I really can't help you, and make it pretty generous because he's either going to return it or not. And I mean, I wouldn't give his money back until you get the product back. I mean, that's just asking for trouble. Just seems.
Oh, right. And like I was telling him, get used to 30-day return, because that's coming.
Yeah, and we could do a show every single week about, guys, don't worry about returns, all right? You're only going to get a lot of returns if you sell a bunch of stuff. People don't want to return things. all right? But they want the confidence of being able to return things. So you're giving people more confidence without really affecting anything, okay? And if a customer wants to, they're going to go full charge back and return the stuff anyway, right? Like the customer holds the power in this situation. So don't try to take it away from them. Just roll with the business. It's no big deal. So hopefully that helps them out a little bit.
What was I going to say? Getting old, I drew a blank.
I want to talk about my shirt some more.
All right, talk about your shirt.
Dude, like this shirt is like the perfect weight, right? Isn't that like the word for a shirt? The weight. It's yeah. You didn't send me the cheapy junk shirt. This thing is solid, and yeah. Are you gonna start selling these, or do you? I mean, you have to actually be a lifeguard to get one of these.
No, yours says online surfer. See, those are for anybody else who wants to join and surf with us.
Oh, so you actually have lifeguard ones then?
Yeah,
where
all the admins say lifeguard. 2 of the 3 of mine say head lifeguard, and then Stacy and I did 2 together. So mine says flotsam and hers says jetsam.
Perfect.
So if you don't know what flotsam and jetsam is, that's all the crap that washes up on the shore of the beach. So and that's what Stacy and I like to hunt for when we're kind of treasure hunting anywhere where there's a beach. We're hunting for cool flotsam and jetsam. So we figured we'd be flotsam and jetsam, just the crap that rolled up on the beach.
that sounded a little wrong. The crap that floats up on the beach, also known as Jason and Stacy.
So Scooter, there's no such thing as a ding, so don't worry about that. And 45 days, if he leaves a negative feedback based on the headache of the return, all you got to do is call eBay and say, hey, my policy was 2 weeks. We gave him the 2-week window. He waited 60 days, and we didn't accept it. And eBay will tell you the same thing. If you would call in and say, hey, I'm having this problem, what do I do? And they said, we'll stand behind your return policy. So, and if they don't, then you've talked to an uneducated employee, and I would take a breath and wait and call another time.
Yeah, and don't project. I mean, like I see your comment that he said he was busy over the weekend. I mean, it's probably true. I get busy. I think I've told you guys this story before. I still have a reflector sitting in the glove box of my car to a car I don't own, right? From something I bought. I didn't return it, yeah, very low priority. I mean, I got a stack of checks here that I need to mail over to Indiana.
To Jason? What? Oh. I'll take a stack of checks. Well, here, look at this. Tuesday night I did a show my show with Nadine, and then Wednesday I left for New York. I've been back. It's Monday. I shipped today, but we raised money for breast cancer at our show. I gave away all my swag from the eBay 20th, and the people won. We had 3 winners. Hey, it's all still sitting here. I'll get it out. Now, this is definitely not the same as a return, but sometimes people get busy. I had the show Tuesday night. I left for New York Wednesday morning. By the time I got home Saturday, I was spent. Sunday was a day of recovery. I shipped today, and I would get this stuff packed out and out tomorrow. So it took me a week, and I told the winners, I go, by the way, it's not coming out tomorrow. But, life does happen, so don't assume that any customer that says, life got in the way, that are some lying? Sure. Are some telling the truth? Absolutely.
Most people are telling the truth.
Here's a prime example. Let me see if I can find this from last night. I hate when people make me an offer and then give me a sob story, because I don't believe most of them. But this guy made me an offer. I accepted it. Then he gave me the sob story, so he didn't even realize I accepted it yet. And then he had a follow-up. So because he had the follow-up, I felt that what he told me was true, because usual bullshit sob stories don't have the follow-up. And so he sent the sob story and then saw that I accepted it and then wrote me another note. So it's one of those things where everyone thinks, like I do most times, that every sob story is BS, but this one, seemed legit. I talked about shipping that 3X vest, and the customer said, I know your vest is worth more than what it's listed for, but being on disability is tough, especially when I don't even have enough to cover my basic expenses. It's hard to find winter clothes in my size. I've been watching for a while now and appreciate you lowering the price. I had things on sale this week. My daughter said she could give me $35, but it would have to pay the shipping also. So he made an offer of $25, and I had $10 shipping on it. And I was happy to accept it. And before I even read the story, I was like, that's cool. I'll get it out here. I don't mind if you send a plastic bag. It might be cheaper for you. And then he saw that I accepted it, and he said, Thank you so much. I appreciate this blessing and want you to know how much I appreciate what you have done. My daughter told me to go ahead and pay for it, and she'll put the money back in my bank account in the morning. Thank you for your kindness. So to me, that reads very real. And so instead of just assuming it was a bunch of hooey, sounds very real to me. So same thing. Maybe he did just get busy this weekend, like real busy, and just couldn't get it out for whatever reason.
Yep. Dude, that'd be a tough story to make up, right? Like that guy's legit. He didn't make all that up.
Oh, no. But, usually when you read those, you have that thought. But, man, as soon as that follow-up came through, I'm like, yeah, there's no way. Because nobody who's pulling your leg doesn't have follow-up, ever.
Right.
They're just like, yay, got the deal, I'm out.
But they want the deal, and then they're going to give you a reason why, I can't pay for it anymore. They just like playing the game.
Yeah.
Right. They don't like actually want it once it's all said and done.
And I sold it. I'm like, I was happy with 25 plus shipping, and then, he thinks I did him a great deal. I was just going to sell it anyway, but, he's a happy camper, and maybe when things are good for him, he'll help somebody else out. Just start that ball rolling. So
makes sense. Such a nicer way to live your life, being nice to people.
It is.
What?
People show up during our show. They're texting you. What's going on?
They do. We should start doing that. We should start, like, if you text in during the show, we could do a text your question kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, we'll jump into the couple of shipping questions we have, but I want to show everybody a funny story. So I ordered some black ink a couple of weeks ago. I knew I was getting low, and I was going out of town, so I didn't want my ink.
Ink?
Yeah, I know. I don't want to hear that right now.
Toner, son.
Whatever. Anyway, here's your tip. Make sure when you get something in the box, you don't just leave it in the box. I opened the box, with you actually, I don't know if we were on the air or not, and then I lost the ink. And I really thought I'd thrown it away. So I ordered more ink. And then today we went to ship, and Jeremy pulled a box out of the closet where empty boxes sit, except that box wasn't empty. Still had the ink in it. So make sure to check your boxes before putting them away in your box closet.
Yep.
There's my tip of the day.
Dude, I'm going to take your tip, and I'm going to turn it into an Amazon win.
All right.
Because here's what would have happened. Say you lost, you got the box and you like threw it in the corner, you forgot about it, or maybe you always come in your side door or your garage and you never check the front door. And on one of those days, you have a different UPS guy who doesn't know to put your boxes by the side door. Even if you have multiple items in a box and you just miss because you ordered something like this, right? And it's in the bottom of the box, it's under a flap, and you miss it. If you just email Amazon and be like, I don't know where it is, but I didn't get it. Boom, they're going to overnight you another one. Or maybe 2-day air, but I've seen them overnight products just because the customer says, I don't know. UPS says they delivered it, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is. And I've had that feeling. I've always eventually found it. I've never actually completely lost an item. But my mother-in-law ordered, I think it was like Titanic DVD or it was some DVD, and the UPS guy put it on the front door where they never check. And we actually shipped it to them, right, as like a gift. And we're like, did you get it? Did you get it? Like, no, I never got nothing's here. Like, no, it's been like a week. UPS tracking shows it's delivered. And we're like, so we email Amazon. We're like, hey, they say they never got that. This is hearsay at this point. Amazon is going on hearsay. They say they never got it. Oh, we're so sorry. They overnighted a replacement. And like 2 or 3 weeks later, they go out on the front door for whatever reason. They walk across the front of their house. They see this box, and it's the original Amazon box. At that point, Amazon doesn't even want it back, right? But Amazon just take your word for it that you didn't get something. So if you had gone to Amazon and been like, I don't know if you shipped that or what, they would just replace your ink for you for free. Would eBay do that? We gotta stick with the eBay versus Amazon theme a little bit.
Nope, you'd be shit out of luck. To be honest.
Would the seller be covered because of the new shipping rules with eBay?
Well, I mean, if it shows delivered, it's delivered. So you as a seller are covered because it shows delivered. Now, every eBay seller has got that email. Oh, I didn't get it, and it shows delivered. And then we always send the same email back. Could you please check with the other people in your house or your neighbors? I would say 80% go, oh, yep, there it is. Now, they weren't smart enough to do that on their own. Oh, wait, I live with somebody else. Especially if you're in an apartment building. Sometimes things get set at the wrong box or whatever. But, yeah, it's a rare time when they just never find it at all.
I love that. It's like, hey, I didn't get it. Go look. Oh, hey, I got it. Like, you took the time to email me instead of looking. Okay, well, whatever.
Well, talk about waste of time. We had a person in my group last night post a thing, said, hey, I was at a thrift store yesterday, I bought a bunch of stuff, and I bought this hat, this baseball hat signed by some player. And when I get home, I didn't have it. What should I do? Oh, I called back. They couldn't find it at where I checked out or on the wall. And the manager said it probably got sold. What should I do? And then the first question somebody asked was it on the receipt? And she goes, no. Okay, so at this point, she really didn't buy it. And she still wants she kept saying, well, what should I do now? I go, are you really asking what you should do? You're wasting your time and ours. You didn't buy an item. You were trying to. For whatever reason, you didn't buy it. So you're not out money. It's not there. Why are you wasting time asking about what you should do?
There's nothing you should. I mean, go back to the store, see if you can find it.
That's it.
But
I mean,
no
that
one
would
owes you anything.
No, but that would be it. But why are you waiting for an answer? Like, what answer would you want? Go back and punch the manager. I mean, what do you want? I mean, there is no answer. Like, oops. You know, and some people actually replied that they had actually bought things that didn't end up in their bag. Then you got a problem.
Right.
And even if she bought it, I think she said it was $2. If it doesn't ever show up, that sucks. But boy, to waste any time on $2, your time's
an unauthenticated signature. I don't know. It goes back to you know, you guys, everything you guys do, you need to like check your time. All right, I'm gonna pick on anybody that spends too much time trying to get their printer set up for FBA. All right, if you buy a printer that's $10 less than the recommended printer, and then you spend 3 hours messing with the settings, you lost. Okay, I know you saved $10, but you can't get that 3 hours back. Think about it. Think about it. If you could buy 3 hours of time for $10. All right, at the end of your life, you're like, you want to live for 3 more hours with your kids and grandkids? It's only $10. You'd be like, that's a good deal. That's like only $3 an hour, right? Like, yeah, I'll do that. But we're throwing that away, messing with the settings and all this stuff, just so that we can use cheaper hardware. So guys, if you're doing this business full time, or even like as a serious hobby, get a real scale, right? Get a tape gun, right? Get a box cutter for your tape. Like, have the tools to make this happen, and use the internet sparingly. Okay, I know it's cool to hang out on Facebook all day, but it's not gonna make you any money. All right. So when you need thrifting help, hop in, answer some people's questions, ask a question of your own, get the help, and get back to work. Because there's no prize. There's no special thrifting board T-shirt for someone who's read every single post. I'm guessing Jason has. I'm guessing you've read every single post that's happened in your group.
I can't keep up, especially when I'm away. But I'll scroll through, and you know, obviously, if I see a tiki mug or a Hawaiian shirt question, I always stop immediately on those. My name's tagged in something, I'll stop. But you know, if somebody's talking about French doilies, I got nothing to add, so I probably won't stop. You know, unless somebody tags me. But and I get tagged on weird things every once in a while. I'm like, you know, I'm pretty out there. People pretty much know what my specialties are, what my strengths are. Then people will tag me on something so out of left field. I'm like, I would love to help you, but I've never seen one. I've never sold one. I got nothing on that. But I'll always answer.
All right, that makes sense. All right, I always forget to check the chat.
So while you're checking the chat, you and I are speaking at the now sold out, so this is really not a commercial, Econ Chicago event in 2 weeks. And I have my normal segment, but then I have a little added like bonus segment with my mom. And we're talking about, so you can teach an old dog new tricks. My mom and dad are killing it on eBay. Just a little example of the things they've sold in the last few weeks. The variety, as I want to impress on people. Here are two 73-year-olds who are retired and rocking it. Vintage 1940s typewriter, Harley Davidson chaps, old water skis, magnetic back massager, an old TV VCR VHS combo for $60 plus shipping. Toys, more water skis. Oh, a third pair of water skis. My parents are killing it. And so we're going to talk about if you feel that you can't, or if you have someone like my parents, like maybe somebody who's getting ready to retire and could use a little extra money either to pay the bills or for funnin'. My folks' retirement's pretty solid, but they use all this eBay money for their funnin'. They like to go travel with their friends and eat crabs down in Maryland and stuff like that. So I feel if they can do it at 73, anyone can do it. You don't have to be a master. You can just, all you got to do is know your basics.
And that's just kind of like a sub-presentation.
Yeah.
Of your main presentation, which I think you're still keeping them under wraps, right? Is this going to be a secret reveal?
Well,
only for the people who attend?
Yeah, for this moment. But I had an idea what I was going to do, and I'm going to shorten it and do that. But I did a presentation in New York City on Thursday night that went over so well. As John Lawson says, once you get a good presentation, you stay with it for a while. So, and this is the exact opposite of what you preach. You preach no slides. I had 97.
Oh, my.
Well, when you see it, you'll understand why, and you will laugh just as much, but you will learn, too, just as much as everybody else did. This one, it has to have that many. You will fully understand when you see it in 2 weeks.
I'm going to do no slides, just like none at all. Just to balance out the 9,800 slides. Because I think you're right. Are you on day one or are you on day two?
Yeah, I'm on day one.
Oh man, you got like the real keynote. They're kicking me to the end.
Yeah. And my mom. Here's a commercial. My mom's going to be on eBay Radio tomorrow. Her first time on. So please tune in and listen to my mommy on eBay Radio.
I don't have the order on here. Yeah, I'm on like right after lunch on the second day, so don't let me do nothing too crazy at the DJ karaoke dance party. I don't want to have to rally again for a presentation.
I'll get you messed up on Thursday then.
I'll be there Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's fine.
Yeah, we'll tear it up Thursday night because Stacy will still be there. Stacy's leaving right after my speech. She's actually heading home right after my speech. So.
All right.
All right, so we had a few shipping questions in my group today, so I put the out there. And I'm going to guess this is eBay, but Tabitha says, we are having issues with our international packages getting stuck in Chicago. Some have been there for a week. Oh, we don't do global, so it's definitely eBay. Is something wrong with the mail? We are worried. All right, so here's my thoughts on that.
I'm glad you asked that question because the specifics of international mail passing through Chicago is one of Jason and I's specialties. We know all about it. Oh, well, hold on. Jason's got to take a call, so we might not be able to answer this question.
No, Jason's got it. No, here's why things happening. It may look like it's stuck in Chicago, but it's truly not. So it hasn't moved. It hasn't got to its destination. And if it's a country that has the Delcon first-class tracking, it will show up when it gets there. But say it left Chicago a week ago, and it's on a slow boat or whatever, nothing else will show until it gets somewhere. So it may be in wherever it went to, in a sort facility. So until it gets out of there, it'll look like it's in Chicago, but I'm guaranteeing about 98% that it's not in Chicago anymore. It left, but that's the last place it had a scan. So that's all you're going to see at this moment. And depending on the country it goes to, depends on how fast it moves. Russia's very slow because over the last 5 years, Russia gets lots of packages, and their infrastructure ain't set up for it. Because all suddenly the internet and some money showed up in Russian households. I'm like, we want to buy some shit. All right, cool. So, but if you're going someplace quick, UK's pretty quick, and they get their stuff out pretty quick. So, I need a little bit more information, but I'm guessing that's what your deal is.
Yeah, and it could be stuck. It could be like a bad hub. When I sent out, I think I had like 88 books that I sent out here, all priority. 2 of them got stuck in the exact same facility here in Massachusetts. I think it was Middleton, Mass. or something. I actually looked it up and had terrible reviews. They don't answer the phone. And I had 2. They were stuck there. and they were stuck there for 3 weeks as a priority mail. It took 3 weeks. I don't know where they ended up. They like fell off a table or like, but then magically they got found and they got put back in the system. And by then I had simply sent replacement units to those 2 customers, and those customers sent those ones back to me. So you got to find that balancing point. There's not a perfect answer of saying this is how long you should wait, because I could have not sent replacement units, and they still could have gotten. And from an eBay or Amazon perspective, I'm covered, right? Like I've got tracking info. I'm like, I shipped it. I got proof that I shipped it, but the customer didn't get it. They're not going to make it up. I can see through the tracking that it never got delivered, and you do what you got to do. But for the most part, and that was actually kind of that's a really high percentage, right? 2 out of 88 to not get delivered on time. I mean, when you break it down, FedEx, UPS, DHL, and the post office, when was the last time you had something truly lost, right, or even damaged, right? It's a pretty good system.
I have not had a lost package, knock on wood, forever. And I got to tell you, if something is truly damaged, 99 times out of 100, it's your fault, the shipper. Now, I say that 99 times out of 100. I shipped a record, an LP, vinyl, in an LP mailer with bubble and an extra piece of cardboard. That's the way you ship records. You ask anyone who ships records, that's how you ship them. And they always get there. Well, I only shipped it to Oakland. So Vegas to Oakland is, it's an hour flight. It's no big deal. It got so broke because it must have got stuck under a wheel or in a machine. The vinyl itself got so broke you could take a piece out like a piece of pizza. That's how it, and had this big track of something over the top of the box. So can it happen and be the shipper's fault? Absolutely. But I find people either overpack it, underpack it. There's a tiki bar that I'm going to in Chicago that just started selling online, and their idea of shipping breakables was to throw it in a box bigger than the breakable with no packing. And so online, all these pictures of, this is what I've gotten, and just broken mug after broken mug. It's like they had an idea, let's sell online. But no one had an idea, let's learn how to ship.
Dude, I've got this great idea, because, that's kind of my curse, is coming up with great ideas. Why not have a broken mug eBay store where you intentionally put a mug in like a 12 by 12 by 12 box? And the idea is, like, you need to post on social media what you get at the end, right? Like, what comes out of the box where we ship this clearly breakable product in an oversized box with, completely on purpose. Customer knows. I would do this as a trial, either with members of your group or from my group, to say, all right, I'm going to ship out 10 boxes. Your job is simply to post on Twitter and Facebook, look what I bought. And say, look what I bought on eBay or Amazon, right? Not that we're trying to bring them into it, because we're not really trashing any seller, right? This is all kind of staged. That would be awesome. I'm going to think about that. If you guys are interested in that, send Jason Ryan a message. But Jason, I've had this happen a couple times, and actually, and do you remember that guy with the beard oil?
Yeah.
Send me his info, because he sent me an MCF order from Amazon, and it got destroyed, right? FedEx eventually delivered a box that was clearly not an Amazon box, which kind of freaked me out. And after that, inside the box was a very large, thick, clear plastic bag, and in that bag was an oil-soaked Amazon envelope with nothing in it. That's what I got, right? This thing got damaged, right? And I think twice I've received a large Ziploc bag from the post office with a sopping wet envelope in it, like a priority mail, like flat rate envelope, completely soaked, like in a puddle, soaked all the way through. And they actually have a system for this, a note saying, hey, we screwed up, we're sorry, this was damaged. If you need to file a claim, here's how you do it. If it's still okay, then we still apologize or whatever. Have you ever got one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the corner of the excuse me, the corner of the envelope in a bag going, sorry, this is all that's left. Gee, thanks.
Right.
Rather have it just be gone for good. Now, hypothetically, over this past week, I may have received some bottles of rum in the mail. I'm not saying I did. I'm just saying I may have. And one of them, and this ain't the bottle, one of them may have been put in a box exactly this size. I'm not sure how it made it here.
Wow.
And then the other friend may have put in a box so big it took us 2 days to open everything. So some people go a little overkill. And like the one though, hypothetically, I don't know. I'm clueless how it made it. I mean, it was like squeeze.
Dude, are there any rules about like intentionally, like if we put like a 12 by 12 by 12 box with one coffee mug in it, and I would tape it like serious. I don't want any like glass coming out of it, right?
Oh, right.
And serious and just ship it. And because they take it, they'd be like, "Are you serious? Like this is not gonna make it." I'm like, "Yeah,
let's start this. Let's you and I mail each other one right now.
I will mail you one today."
All right, yeah.
I will find something here. And dude, this could actually become like a little viral thing. Like on the outside of the box, you almost tell them, we are trying to break what's on the inside of this. So if you want to kick this off the truck, that's okay. No problem. Just don't break the box, right? As long as you don't break the box. We should like just tape like the whole thing covered in tape, right? There's no exposed cardboard. So even if it like gets really dented, it'll still be sealed.
All right, I like that. And then what we'll do is next week we'll show our
like shards.
So what we should do is not even open them. Let's open them on the air next week.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'm gonna send you that crappy freebie cheapy tiki mug that you gave me one of those meetups.
Oh, thanks a lot.
It was like accoutrements, man. You told me to break it in the store anyway.
I know. All right, I got to answer another eBay question.
All right.
This is from
I'm gonna find a mug.
All right, cool. This is from my other partner, Nadine. eBay shipping question. Obviously, the correct thing to do if a package doesn't arrive as a good seller is to take care of your buyer. Yep. But under the current defect system, once a buyer opens an item not received case, it's an auto defect. And even if there are scans along the way, if item doesn't show a final destination scan, there's no ground to appeal the defect, correct? Well, yeah, correct, for the most part. Almost always, at this point. Under the new system, as long as there's at least one scan along the way, this is not true. There will be no defect, question mark. Yep. If in the new system, as long as you ship it and it gets an acceptance scan, you're done. Now, of course, when we say you're done, if it doesn't show up, take care of your customer. But you will not reap any negative effects because you showed you got shipped in the time that you needed to ship it, and so then you're good. But bottom line, always, 100% of the time is to take care of your customers. But in the terms of the new return defect, you'll be good. And speaking of returns, I posted the link in the thrifting board. They are doing a webinar on Wednesday. It's Griff and a couple other eBay employees showing how the new return hub is going to work. I highly recommend everyone tuning into that because it'll be quite educational. And once you get signed up, you get the link, and then you'll be able to watch it at any time after the fact. But you're going to want to see how returns works starting in February. All right, what you got there, Scooby-Doo?
All right, I got some options. Unfortunately, I can't use everything here. I got some Starbucks mugs. I got some Dunkin' Donuts. So I've got this as an option. I've got a Buzz Lightyear. I just looked up on eBay. It goes for like $11 with free shipping. I think this is not worth it. Oh, it's already chipped too. So it's just a standard UPS mug. I think I actually got this for my UPS costume. I think I have a UPS jacket. I have a UPS visor. And then I think this is the one that I bought at the store. This is the one I bought and then locked myself out of my car at the thrift store. And then like an idiot, I sat outside by my car for 30 minutes before I realized I could go back in and keep shopping while I waited for the locksmith.
Just find me in the store. All right, now here's my thoughts on those 3 mugs.
No, I got one more.
Okay. All right.
And I think this is the one you gave me in New Hampshire.
Yeah, probably.
It says Vegas on the back.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't break that one. Hey, that was a nice gift. It says Vegas on it, Sonny.
Well, it's from this crappy poolside pineapple place.
I know, but it says Vegas. There was a whole point to that one.
All right.
All right, so here's my
one.
thoughts. It's the Buzz Lightyear one, and here's why. I think having the handle is extra fun and extra breakable.
Maybe I should put both of them in there.
No, because that'll just... We want to see exactly what happens to one by itself. And the one that's shipped already has been compromised. So I want to start with a fresh mug, no defect, throw it in, see what happens.
Now, I am anthropomorphizing. Is that the right word, Mr. Buzz here? Like I feel bad for him. I'm like, dude, you just don't know, man. Going down for real.
It's going down for real. You are getting broken.
Maybe. All right. I mean, we should take. Actually, I'll take some pictures and we'll post this in the groups. The possibility that this survives, because this is. I mean, this isn't going to come through. This is a very solid. You know, this weighs more than a lot more than this one. This is a solid.
So, are we going 12 by 12 by 12, or are we just doing the regular Priority Mail cube, which is 7 by 7 by 6?
I don't have any of those cubes. I'm gonna ship mine in, but we could do both, right? You ship yours and whatever you want, and I'll ship mine.
All right, all right.
I really want to put like a cue ball or something in with this. Just it's like you know what we are starting here, and everybody listening live, thanks so much because we know you have an option with what to do with your time. This could be the next will it blend viral phenomenon. Will it ship? Dude, will it ship? I'm going to go get that right
now. Yeah, so tell your friends, tune in next Monday. We're going to look at shards of coffee mugs. Probably. Like I said.
I'm betting mine maybe survives. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I got tons of shit that ain't selling, so I'm pulling one off, and I will find a hardy one, too, because, of course, if you send a paper thin one, it's definitely breaking. But the whole fun of this is, could it make it? That's what we're going for, just to see what happens. But because I've gotten things that should never have made it, and I'm not talking the hypothetical bottle of rum. I'm talking other breakables, and I'm like, how did this get here in one piece? Because the packing was so poor. But yeah, it'll be fun. We will definitely open them on the air 1 week from today.
Well, it's a silly, kind of analogy, but it does lead back into another Amazon, a little bit of commentary. Is Amazon has been criticized a lot for shipping, small things in giant boxes with like 2 air bubbles and all this stuff. And whenever anybody posts about that and says, I can't believe Amazon shipped, this is such crap. What if they're shipping my products like this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did the product survive? Is the product fine? Well, yeah, the product's fine. It's like brand new. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't believe it's not crushed. It's like, well, Amazon's playing a game, right? It's a numbers game. It's a data game. They know that, as a general rule, the product's going to get there and it's going to survive, even though it's in a big box. And yes, they wasted cardboard, but it was more efficient to use that size box because their assembly line, whatever it is. Everything Amazon's doing, they're doing it for a reason, right? Now, would Amazon ship something like this in a giant box with no padding? Maybe they would at one point, and if they got enough claims, they would stop doing that, right? So, I mean, that's not the same kind of experiment that we're trying to do, but when Amazon does things like that, I'm pretty sure it's going to survive, and for the most part, things are going to survive. I'll go 30% that this survives. 30% that it survives all the way to Vegas in a 12 cube box. I think I got a 12 cube. I got some kind of cube, 10 or 13 or something down there.
This reminds me when we were in. I think it was a sophomore or junior year in high school. We were in chemistry, and I don't know what this had to do with chemistry, but the teacher gave us a box and it was closed, and we had to shake it and kind of move it around, and then draw what we thought was in there based on just sound and kind of the feel of it in the box. And my buddy from high school and my lab partner goes, what happens if we set it down really hard? And he goes, and we hear it break. And then he does it again. And so the teacher walks over and goes, Tomko! And so I looked at the teacher, I go, am I supposed to draw what it was or what it is now? He did a big pile of shards. So it was 2 test tubes with BBs in them and a stopper. And so when he broke them, now it's just BBs and glass all over the place. So I kind of feel that's what we're going to be getting in our boxes this week. just little shards everywhere.
I'm going to put this as 2 pounds. I'm printing my label right now because I'm...
All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to read you so it kind of got lost in the shuffle, but we have a non-shipping but Amazon question, and we want to help everyone.
This is going to cost me $13 to run this experiment.
$13?
UPS ground, man.
USPS, bro.
When does your...
Why are you sending it UPS ground?
Because the UPS drop-off is right here, and the USPS is super
well, if you want to spend $13 on this dumb idea, yeah, I'm going to spend about $6, so...
Well, dude, it wouldn't even get there until Monday because Vegas is so far away.
Yeah, so put in a priority box and drop it at the post office on your way home, Sonny.
I'll see if I got a priority box. But I might...
And it doesn't have to be a priority box, just mail priority. All right, so here's his Amazon question for you, Chris.
I'm on it.
This is from Scooter. What is going on with the buy box on Amazon? I had 15%, and now I have 0. I am the lowest on most, and on some, only FBA seller, lost to a merchant fulfill seller, or a higher FBA seller.
I don't have a perfect answer. I can give you kind of two things that are going on. One being the overall, premise of the buy box, where the buy box is buyer specific right now. So I really don't like the stat that you see in Amazon about how often you have the buy box, because it's becoming a known fact that multiple sellers can quote unquote have the buy box depending on what buyer is looking at. That buyer, is going to be based on their location, if they're Prime or not, if they're logged in or not, if how much stuff is in their cart, if they're going to be charged sales tax or not. That's going to affect who you see as the buy box. So don't think that because you are looking at your item where you are and you're not in the buy box that you aren't actually in the buy box somewhere else. Now, basically, what I can tell you to compete for buy box is be within plus or minus 2% of the lowest price and have awesome metrics and use FBA. Sounds like you're already doing all of those things. And I do have some bad news. It's not bad news, but I have been talking to a lot of other sellers who have some real evidence, sellers who are selling the exact same product, the exact same price, and one is selling out and the other is not. And without seeing their metrics, I can't say for sure that they're the same, but they both tell me they have great metrics and there's no reason not to get the buy box. They're both using FBA. I don't have a good reason for why that would happen, unfortunately, other than Amazon might be tweaking the buy box algorithm, and right now it's favoring some sellers more than others. And if so, you can bet that Amazon is going to be aware of that. They're going to want to try and fix it because Amazon does want a very level playing field. They want all sellers to succeed. They want their customers to get a good experience and get their product on time. So for what you can do, unfortunately, the answer is really nothing. Keep being competitively priced. If you notice something very out of whack, I wouldn't hesitate to open up a ticket with Amazon, but give them data. Say, look, I'm not sure why I'm not getting the buy box. I'm not sure why my buy box percentage in my Seller Central account is so low. I'm the only FBA offer. I'm the lowest price. I'm in stock. From what I can tell, my metrics are perfect. And don't just ask them why. I would kind of flip it around on them and say, hey, can you give me an idea of what I can do to earn the buy box more? That might be kind of an Amazon, Amazon Ease or Amazon Speak, where they're going to, give you a better answer, and go back and forth with them. And other than that, be in the online groups so you can network and talk with other sellers, and maybe some other sellers figured something out. And they'll be able to pass on some good information to you. So sorry, it's not a perfect answer. I wish I had something I could just tell you to fix it. But if I could bottle that, I would definitely bottle it and sell it. But unfortunately, I can't.
All right, now I have a question, and it's a visual, and it just really, well, it's for one person, but maybe others. My assistant is working on this dress. This question is for my mother. What flowers are these, Mom? Because she'll know. I don't know what these are, but my mommy will know. So, Mom, what flowers are those? Thank you very much. Okay, back to the normal show. I'm pretty good at all my flowers on Hawaiian stuff, but every once in a while I draw a blank, and I know my mom's going to be like, oh, that's, blah, 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 blah. So Scooter says what he just talked about is all over the Facebook groups. Everyone's freaking out.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing to freak out about. I mean, freak out about things that you have control over. This likely isn't anything you have control over. I know it can be frustrating if you're losing sales, but the sales on Amazon aren't going down.
Check this out.
So just because another competitor is getting their sales, they're eventually going to go out of stock. So it sucks, though. I know.
All right, so my mom said it was Protea. Is that Protea? Protea. And then my assistant goes, oh, I was just looking those up. So my mom and my assistant were on the same page. 73-year-old woman and a 25-year-old wannabe rock star guy. That's my life.
It's too slow, though, man. Don't give him too much credit.
He was on it, though. He showed me. He turned his screen and goes, look, I was just looking at these.
Oh, he had to prove it.
Yeah, And I trust him. He don't BS me too much. So thank you, Mom. Thanks for helping me. My mom's the bomb.
It's like the top of the hour already. I've got another thing I have to do today now that I got to go down to the post office.
Look, you live in a small town. How far could it be? Huh?
It's like 12 minutes.
Oh, my God, 12 whole minutes. You know, anybody who lives in Boston, Philly, New York, L.A., they sure are playing violin for you. 12 minutes.
I wish I knew if the mailman had come by or not.
Well, is there mail in the box?
Yeah, but I don't check the mail every day, so I mean...
You're one of those, huh?
If it was up to
the mail
me,
can just sit.
I would get the mail once a week. Once a week is all that I need the post office mail. Now, bring my UPS on Sunday, right? But the mail, anything that's coming through the mail, well, maybe my eBay stuff is finally shipped because I only bought it on the 19th. Oh, it did ship on the 25th. Why do I find all the crazy eBayers who don't ship on time, who do, like, I know you have good eBayers out there, but I never find them. I find the ones who take their sweet, sweet time to even ship. Like, come on, 19th to the 25th, and that's not. There's no weekend, right? This is a straight week.
Yeah.
You're like, not shipping today.
No, the 19th was a Saturday.
Well, they could have shipped on Monday.
Well, right, but you said there was no weekend.
Wednesday,
there was.
Thursday.
But, again, what were their metrics? What was their shipping? What was their feedback? Are they selling two things, or are they a real seller?
I sent you the link. I mean, the guy's got his own problems with copyright.
Oh, was that link? Dude, you sent me links all day with no explanation, so I never know what we're talking about. So that was what that was? Yeah. Now I'll go back and look.
Dude, I was gonna copy that guy's store, man. He's selling a lot of stuff. I don't know how he's keeping his feedback up.
Oh, the one we talked about, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. I thought it was something different. Yeah, well, based on what you showed me, he don't seem all that up and up. So, all right.
Yeah, I feel bad for Buzz.
So next Monday, you will see Buzz at my house and something of like-minded at Chris's house.
Yeah, don't spend too much money on this thing.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna send him. Hey, can you grab me that top one on the right corner? I think I'll send that one because it's a little fun. Got the cactus on it. Over here. Middle. Yep, right there. Any taller, you'd be screwed. All right, here we go. Here's what you're getting. Oops. Helps put me on the screen so you can see it better.
Oh, wow.
You're getting the cactus mug.
Awesome.
There you go.
All right, tune in next week, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, join the groups. And as always, we appreciate everybody listening live. And even for you replay peeps, we appreciate you guys too. We know you guys have things to do during the day. Probably out shopping, shipping, repricing, picking, packing, all that stuff that makes you guys money. And if we can help you make even more money by giving you some tips, some insights, some confidence, whatever we can give, even if it's simply entertainment value by breaking coffee cups in the mail, we are happy to do it. So Monday, 2 p.m., we'll be back on the air. And Jason, you got the last word.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And like I said, if you're on eBay, make sure to find the link to the return webinar on Wednesday. You need to learn this. So that's my last tip of the day. Have a good day, everybody.
See you guys.
Peace out.